सो अभी हम इस ट्रॉम में बैठकर जाने वाले हैं। तो देखो ये सब मौज ले रहे हैं। तो हमारा नंबर अभी आया नहीं है, तो जब हमारा नंबर आएगा तो हम जाएंगे, तो देखते हैं क्या होता है। हमारे पीछे काफ़ी लोग आ गए हैं। तुमने इनकी ग्रीन स्क्रीन पे फोटो नहीं क्लिक कराई? सो अभी हम इस ट्रॉम में बैठकर जाने वाले हैं। So, देखो ये सब मौज ले रहे हैं। तो हमारा नंबर अभी आया नहीं है, तो जब हमारा नंबर आएगा तो हम जाएंगे, तो देखते हैं क्या होता है। हमारे पीछे काफ़ी लोग आ गए हैं। तुमने इनकी ग्रीन स्क्रीन पे फोटो नहीं क्लिक कराई?
And we have to go over a little more safety. So take a look up at the ceiling. You're looking for yellow emergency strips. They run on either side of the ceiling. You'll press and hold the strip. It'll send a tone to me and I'll come back and assist you. But if you happen to drop something out of the tram, park map, sunglasses, cell phone, sippy cups, little shoes, these are all important items, but they're not an emergency. Just remember where the item dropped. Let me know at the end of the tour, and we'll send someone out at a later time to get these items. Those of you that are up front with me, you don't have emergency strips, but you do have your hands. Just give me a wave in my rearview mirror, tap on the glass that is right behind me, and I will be able to assist you. And then lastly, stay seated while the tram is in motion. When we come to a stop, you can stand up, take pictures, but once we start moving again, that's your cue to take your seats once again. Now the San Diego Zoo Safari Park is one of the two front doors that makes up the San Diego Zoo Wildlife Alliance. And being a part of this alliance, we are on a mission of creating a world where all life thrives. And I also want to thank you for being an ally for wildlife. So thank you for supporting us through the last 52 years. Now on the right-hand side, we have our flamboyants, which is the collective noun for a group of flamingos. These are our greatest. You're always going to find them in a large group. You're always going to find them in a large flock that is called a colony that can be as large as 50 to 500 breeding pairs. They work very well with each other. Now when they're hunting, they are an opportunist eater, so they will consume anything. But now they also not only work together well, but they also work well with other species of birds, like a cormorant. Cormorant is going to be a bird that dives into the water, darker colors helping it blend in with the bottom of the ocean. But as they dive, they scare the fish upwards, which is going to allow the pelicans to be able to get their fish as well. So even though they are two different species, and yes, he's using the toilet, but that's helping the environment. The droppings is the fertilizer, and the urine is also providing nitrogen into the environment, which are all nutrients that are needed to help plants grow. But when only the male has the horn, it means that they're thriving in an environment where resources are abundant. So the male and the female, they do not need to compete against each other because they have all that they need. We as humans are the only species that we will fight for what we need, and one is being submissive. The one that has the head lowered to the ground, she's acknowledging that you are more dominant than me, but she still feels like she needs to make a point. So she did kind of poke her a little bit and she ran away, but she's still showing signs of submissiveness. She's keeping that head down. She ran away, and then she just kind of like ate some grass. So there is going to be dominance within each entire herd, but also with each individual species. In a group, they are called a tower, which is fitting because they tower over the land at about 14 to 16 feet in height, and that is equivalent to roughly a 2-story home. But these are the Maasai giraffe, which means they are the tallest of the giraffe species. And the Maasai tribe is one of the tallest tribes of people in the continent of Africa, as well as one of the tallest groups of people in the world. The Maasai are known for their height as well as their Maasai warriors that show off their athletic ability. And by showing off this athletic ability, it helps their future wives be able to choose their husband. Now this is similar to wildlife because wildlife, the female, are looking for the biggest and boldest male that shows he has good genetics. Now take a look at our male giraffe. He's over there strutting his stuff. He knows he looks good. Now his dark color should draw your attention because dark color is the neck. That allows the giraffe to reach the trees. 6 foot long neck, 6 foot long legs, allowing them to browse from the trees for 20 hours, consuming 75 pounds of vegetation. That is going to allow the sun. The horn helps her reach higher into the trees to be able to bring branches down to her offspring. I like to think of the female having horns as well as the extra length of horn as an assistance program for a single parent, because it's going to help them be able to provide better for their littles. Now up on the right hand side we have the scimitar horned oryx. Their white coats are going to help them cool themselves down. But when it's cold outside, they're going to face their necks towards the sun to absorb that light. And the savanna is not getting its rainfall, then that means the animals have to go longer and travel further without the resources that they need. A lactating mother needs to have her resources at least every other day to be able to support her offspring. If she can't support her offspring, then the offspring is not making it to adulthood, which is meaning that less genetic diversity as well as less of a population. Now take a look at the right hand side. We have our southern white rhino. The southern white rhino female needs the companionship of other females to hormonally trigger each other into their estrous cycle. Now they're going to achieve this by just hanging out with each other. So hormonally, they are going to trigger each other. Now the reason why is because the females do not want to give birth on their own. They want to give birth